Yeah, it's me again. Back for more. At this point, I wonder if doing any of this is even worthwhile. Maybe it is. Maybe I'll gain something out of it in years to come. If I make it that long. I guess you could call this one another talk therapy. Um, God, I don't even know where to start anymore. I've just been getting my ass handed to me over and over again by dysphoria. It's getting worse. Between my vocal failures and absolutely despising like seeing the mirror the last few days, most of the last month even. I'm just at that point where I wonder why I haven't bothered trying. I guess that's the fun part about dysphoria. It comes in when you least expect it, and it'll hang around for days, weeks at a time. Leave you feeling like absolute dog shit because well, that's just the way it goes, you know? Funny thing is, this past week I had a moment where I had just woken up, just a couple minutes earlier, popped back there into the bathroom, and as I was about to leave, I passed by the bathroom mirror, having to catch a glimpse of myself in that mirror, and I just had to stop and stare because for that one moment, I looked in the mirror and I just thought to myself that holy fucking hell, I just looked amazing. At least I saw myself as just looking fucking adorable. And it was like one of those peak euphoria moments that I don't really get a whole lot of, you know. But then, I got to follow that up with, God, the last, what's it been now, 4 or 5 days where it's just been constant dysphoria, leaving me wondering, okay, why the hell am I even bothering trying with this whole transition thing? And where's it going to benefit me, in a year from now, in 2 years from now, 10 years from now? It just feels like any progress that I have made has just been wiped out in no time at all. It's like I can't even see it. Look at myself in the mirror right now. Seeing a blurred representation of myself in the camera, it's front facing because that's the only way I can get started recording on command. Has a little gesture thing, picks up when I raise my hand. Doesn't work on the rear facing camera, so I'm kind of stuck with the front camera. Hence the suboptimal video quality. Well, that and it's a fucking cell phone, so what do you expect? Yeah, but I started everything here. I got into this, this whole vlogging thing because I just wanted to record my journey, as I transition. Sure, I was a couple years late getting started, but I still felt it was important, that I should keep records of everything going on. And I've lost count of how many times I just wanted to go in under my uploads list and just do a mass delete of everything I've uploaded because lot of times it just feels pointless to me anymore. And I know maybe that's just transphobes winning. Maybe it's just me losing that fire that I had when I first started because I've been getting so tired of seeing everything that I've been fighting for, everything I've been trying to achieve, just slipping away no matter what I try. I'm just like, what's the point? Should I just go back and try to live out the rest of my days as the person I was before? Fucking miserable, but at the same time, people would see me as something else, something that they wanted me to be all along. I mean, sure, I could play the role again, except that it would totally crush my soul. I just would feel like, what's the point in continuing there either? So, or I just take the easy way out and just a nice bit of projectile weaponry inside inside my skull. Hope that it does the job. Yeah, I've been thinking about that lately. Funny thing is, I think about that, and I spent some time last night thinking, okay, so I do myself in. How's that going to impact anybody's life? I mean, I'm at a point right now where, who would even shed a tear for me at this point? I've lost so many friends, from transitioning. I've had family, cut ties with me, cut communication with me because of it. I've had just my social life has just gone down the shitter, and I've had to try to rebuild that from scratch. But when you're this horribly introverted person that has a hard time meeting just one person, even with other people making the introductions and trying to coax you along, I still have a hard time making friends and never mind keeping friends. So it's an uphill battle, and I really don't have the strength to keep going with it. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder. It's like today, there's a part of me that just, progesterone's kicking in already. There's part of me that just wants to lay down, go to sleep, and just never wake up again. Rather than having to deal with the transphobia, the constant feelings of dysphoria, all this shit that just never goes away. I don't know, maybe I should call this one a cry for help, but the only help I'm going to get is the same generic bullshit that, yeah, it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. It's really not so bad, everything will be fine. Those tried and cliche assurances that everything's going to be fine just really pisses me off more than anything. So, but yeah, feeling so down and out in the last few days. I actually went to work last night and just wore my hair down, obscuring my face as much as possible, just because I could not bear to look at myself in the mirror last night. And so anytime I walk past a reflective surface like an office window or going into the restroom, you don't realize just how often you're kind of so you're subjected to needing to look in the mirror to see what you look like. You tend to not notice that until you're trying to avoid looking at yourself in these mirrors. And I'm just to that point where I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what hideous abomination I've turned out. Alright, I gotta tap out. Progesterone's kicking in hard, and my thoughts are not matching what I want to say. The words are not matching up to the thoughts, and it's turning ugly inside my brain right now. I'm having a conversation about food inside of my brain, inside of my mind, as I speak right now, and somehow it's talking about how that conversation is going to impact my physical appearance on the outside, even though it has nothing to do with her. Yeah. Yep, you see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm babbling nonsense because the progesterone is kicking my ass. It's the first time I smiled since yesterday. But I guess before I go, I'm going to try to get one more topic out of here. If I don't start babbling incoherently before then. So, I mean, I've touched on PC gaming and live streaming, things of that nature. I've been touching on that in my last few videos. And I'm just playing with an idea right now. And I think I might just go ahead and splurge. Pick up a computer. I have not looked at computers in so long that I don't even know what would be considered feasible as far as getting a computer that can actually handle most games nowadays. Like how much you're gonna pay for it and everything. I mean, the last computer I had, I paid $500 for, and that was 2013. Think about it. But that computer did really well for me, so I kind of use that as a reference point. But I know computer prices spiked during the pandemic, and I don't know if components and everything have come back down since then, substantially, or if the prices are still elevated from that. So I really don't know how much to expect to pay for a reasonably good computer. So there's that, plus there's a new monitor, maybe two monitors, just so I can have something for the gameplay and one for everything else, like chat windows or whatever. But again, that's more money I got to spend on top of the cost of a PC to begin with, and plus a capture card, so that's another $100 some odd. Last I checked, anyway. So it adds up. So it's gotta be something that I've really gotta be certain I want to do, as far as doing like live streaming or even pre-recorded gameplay footage. I want to do it, but between my my innate shyness and yeah, my inability to speak clearly for long periods of time and focus and just also my appearance. I know I ain't no booker, but maybe it would still work to our advantage. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking about like, okay, where do I set this up at? So I have a spot in the living room I'm thinking of, just because there's a table there right now. It's just one of those folding tables. I can easily take that out of there, move the computer desk in over there. It's a small desk, but it would still work for the time being. And maybe just use that. Downside to that would be in the summertime where I have no air conditioning. And I've mentioned this before, I don't have any air conditioning in my condo whatsoever. Because when they built it, they never included any options for that. There was no central air back then. It was all just, if you want to install a window unit, you could. Unfortunately, back there, window has a perma-screen to it, so I can't use a traditional wall unit. There's a traditional window unit. And over here, well, the trim along the bottom of the window, the windows themselves, yeah, it wouldn't handle the weight. So I'm kind of stuck there. Anyway, what that translates to for me is, the hot summer days. I can't run fans if I'm streaming because any microphone I would use is another thing I'd have to pick up. So a microphone, a proper microphone, and I'm sure that would pick up on the noise of the fans because they all do. So there's that. Or I could take everything downstairs into the basement where it is significantly cooler. I mean, we were up in the mid to upper 80s in here a couple days ago, maybe yesterday. But you go down to the basement, and so you're down into the low to mid 70s, substantially cooler. So I think about doing that, but the trade-off is I would lose my opportunity for a wired connection to my modem and router, so that would compromise stream quality and speed, everything. Plus, there's also the issue with power outlets. So, the genius have decided to put everything together and handle the electrical everything in the basement was kind of a moron. They installed a single cluster of outlets. It was a 4-outlet thing on the wall, not far from the breaker box, and that is it. That is all we have for power outlets for the entire basement. Now, I could set up down there, but the fact of the matter is I got a freezer down there, and if that's running too, I have to deal with that as background noise. So, same with the fan, and that would just get things even more big. Because that freezer I got down there is not quiet. When it runs, you know it. Of course, the alternative is I unplug it, but then I lose all kinds of frozen food storage space. Definitely a harsh trade-off if I ever did that. Anyway, progesterone is kicking my ass really hard. I could not focus at all on what I said. If that shit made no sense, I apologize, because I am definitely under the influence of progesterone in pill form, and I'm about to pass out. So with that, I am going to shut off the video and let you get on with your day. So, we'll talk to you later.